Hello people, welcome back to Expat Travel Finds. And finally, it's summer in Germany. And what we all do in summer? Yep, you guessed it right. Chilling near your favorite lake or river, hiking with your friends, or visiting that beautiful park that you decided to go in winter. Now it's the time. And the cherry on the cake is now we have 49 euro ticket. Why am I mentioning this? Because you have all the public transport in Germany. Of course, if they are not faulty, not cancelled, or not under construction, which is highly unlikely. Do you know why? When the summer approaches, I believe German railways suddenly realize, oh, let's fix all the railway lines and all the trains and all the U-Bahns. Even if trains are working on and they are on time, then be prepared for a huge crowd. So what to do then? Should you avoid going outside? Well, that's not going to happen. Of course, you can buy a car and then to drive it, you need a German driving license, that's it. Good luck with that because it takes a lot of time and a lot of money. Or if I say there is a cheaper and healthier way, and that is eco-friendly too, which is a bike. Wait a minute, I am not talking about this option, okay? I am talking about bicycles, and they are known as bikes here in Germany. So let us not confuse ourselves with those two terms. So in today's video, we are going to talk about our experience to buying a bike, riding it in the streets of Berlin. So basically, this video is going to be divided into several sections. As always, we are going to share some tips at the end of this video. Please skip to the part you want to watch. The timeline is provided in the description. So let's begin.
So let's talk about what should we know before buying a bike. So we have explored three options, Stadler, Rathaus and Decathlon. Now there are pros and cons of each one which we will talk in detail in the later part of the video. And there are also some Facebook groups and eBay which you can choose to buy second-hand bikes as well. It can cost you at least 200 euros for a new bike which will have basic functionality. You can easily park your bikes inside your gated apartment where you will have a bike rack in which you can use to secure your bike with a lock. This will typically be based on what purpose you want to meet after getting your bike. If you just want to wander around in the city bikes are the best. We would also recommend you to choose a geared bike if you like a sporty look of the bike and also want to ride on all surfaces, then I think mountain bikes or cross bikes will be the best option. In case you are on a higher budget, then it's best to choose e-bikes since they are quite trendy nowadays and also it can help you drive faster. If you visit a store, the staff would help you make the right choice, just how they did for us. You should only know this if you choose to buy online. So here is the chart which you can take a look at. There are three signs that you should absolutely follow while riding a bike. The first one is very simple. It only has a white bicycle on it and it indicates that cyclists must use the dedicated bike lanes. The only time you are allowed to cycle temporarily on the road is when there are obstacles in the bike path. And if it's not possible to cycle on the road safely, you will need to get off your bike and push it on the pavement. If this blue bicycle sign is not shown, then the bike road rule is that you can cycle on the bicycle path or on the road. It's totally up to you. The second traffic sign is a blue circle divided by a horizontal white line with pedestrians on the top and a bicycle on the bottom half. This sign indicates that this is a shared path for both pedestrians and cyclists. You will usually find it on pavements or pedestrian zones, but you will still need to show consideration to walking pedestrians. That's why the sign shows pedestrians on the top of the bicycle. So make sure you slow down and be prepared to give that way. The last road sign is a blue circle divided by a vertical white line with a bicycle on the left and the pedestrians on the right. So this traffic sign simply indicates that the bike path is next to the pavement and that cyclists should use it. You will normally see this sign when the cycling path is an extension of the pavement and not separated by a curb. The bike path will have a different brick color and pattern to the pavement, which may sometimes be as obvious if you are not paying attention. There are some arm signals to indicate before turning left or right, like pointing left with your left arm or pointing right with your right arm before turning. When making an unexpected stop, you should always extend one arm downwards, just as we are showing you right now, as if you are giving someone behind you a high five. Now we know where to buy bikes, which frame size we should choose, what rules we should follow while riding a bike. Let's jump to our next topic.
Okay, now let's talk about pros and cons of different bike stores. The biggest retailer bike store is Stadler, which you will find in almost all states in Germany. We were amazed to see how big the store was and absolutely loved the variety of bikes. Although the store was big, there was comparatively less staff to help you with buying in case you are new buyer and want some help. The build quality of the bikes were fantastic and you might end up choosing one in few minutes. Almost all the bikes that we saw had a lot of gears, like more than 20, and we found it a bit too much to knock someone on sideways. We feel having a 7-geared bike is enough to get you started, since you can almost travel around the city and also go for hiking, if not long distance but short distance for sure. The testing track was pretty much enough to help you test your bike before you finalize your purchase. I think one thing remember here is to carry along some snacks with you, as it might take half of your day exploring options. Next one is Decathlon. It has both the online and offline option. Though there are like quite a few options here, we did not find the build quality as good as what Stadler was providing. The starting prices of the bike was also good. If you choose a little higher range, this store would be your best option. It has a lifetime warranty. Yes, you heard it right, lifetime warranty for your frame, bike forks, handlebars and stem, and also provide 2 years of guarantee on any material or manufacturing defect. We went to Decathlon store in Alexanderplatz and sadly didn't find any dedicated test track. So it was pretty difficult to test rides and test the bike. The best part was that buyback policy, wherein only bikes bought from the Decathlon will be bought back by them. There are second-hand bikes available if you have a lower budget and you are looking for something on the cheaper side. Let's talk about the last store, which is Rathaus. This also has both online and offline store. The variety was quite moderate and build quality was pretty good for all the bicycles. You will definitely get enough help from the staff to understand which bike suits your need. There was a dedicated test track, so you can easily test ride and check the bicycles by your own. If you want to support local businesses and want to experience great quality of service, then local bike shops can be a good option too. Just search local bike shops near you and that would lead you to some of the best local bike shops. If you are in search of second-hand bikes, you can search for Fahrradmarkt in Google Maps and visit them. They are mostly open on Sundays from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. Other options include Facebook groups, eBay Kleinanzeigen, or even a local bike repair shop. You should only go for a second-hand bikes if you have plenty of knowledge, understanding on how bicycle works, and the nitty-gritty of it, to know that it is rightfully sold to you, it's not stolen, not for any malfunctions in it, things like that. Also do make sure that they have a Rahmen Nummer inscribed on the bike. So to summarize, if you want to choose from a wide variety of bikes, then go for Stadler. But if you want a great customer service and new bicycles buyer, then definitely do visit Das Rathaus. Decathlon can be your option if you want to explore buyback policy or lifetime warranty. You can refer this table to note down the comparison.
Most bikes are equipped with the basic arrangements to ride it as soon as you buy them. But many lack the mud guard, the lights, or even the bell. You might also have to buy a bike stand if you don't find any.
So what they are doing is they are selling it in a modular way. For example, you can buy one of these here. So they don't have a courier behind it, right? So you can buy it on cheaper price. Then you can buy one of them and attach it to your bike. So you can actually customize your own bike here.
To make your bike more usable, you might want to add tray baskets or even buy bike pannier to store things. You can even buy a sturdy mobile holder. Bottle and bottle cage mount is an absolute must for long distance cycling. But the primary and most important accessory for your bike is a lock. It is generally recommended to buy a lock worth 10 to 20% the value of your bike. And point to note here is, since whatever you buy has to be attached or clamped onto your bike, so it will need minimum level of your installation skills. You might ask the staff to help you, but they might need a separate appointment. So this is based on our own experience. And there is only one tool that we got for ourselves, and it is this one, which can almost unscrew all types of screws that you find on your bike. So you can buy this to solve preliminary problems. You can also buy a few clothes that are a bit stretchable and opt for cycling. So if you want to ride during night time, it's advisable to buy reflective clothing. You can also wear bright or white clothes otherwise if you don't want to invest in reflective clothing.
Wearing helmets is not mandatory in Germany, but here we find almost everyone wearing helmets, since your safety is always in your hands.
Okay, so as we already told you that bike stealing is a thing in Germany. So you should get a personal liability insurance and add bicycle to it, or buy a specific bike insurance. It will mostly cover thefts that does not cover vandalism most of the times, which is basically stealing parts from your bike. You might have to pay some extra amount to get it covered. You can also go one step ahead and contact a bicycle association and get inscribed your owner identification number. This gives you another layer of protection and keeps your bike away from stealing. To know more about this, you can visit this link.
Let's talk about insurance of bikes. Getting insurance for your bike isn't that complicated. However, we would suggest you to keep few things in mind before buying an insurance. Number 1, your bicycle has to be new or purchased within last 6 months. Number 2, you cannot cancel your insurance for a minimum period of time. They are enforced by some insurance providers. Some of them also doesn't provide insurance for second-hand bikes. Some insurance companies don't entertain providing insurance who don't provide purchase receipt. So if you don't have a receipt, some of them won't cover your bicycle. Next, make sure you check whether your bike frame is made of carbon or aluminium, because some of the insurance providers don't cover carbon frames. The next one is regarding lock. Your lock, the amount of lock which you have purchased should be at least 29 euro for the bikes under 1000 euros, and if it's more than 1000 euro, the lock price should be more than like 49 euros or something. Prices of insurance can vary between 2.5 euros per month to 6 euros per month.
Do you know that in Germany, disobeying bike rules may result in hefty fines? For example, you will be charged 15 euros if you are found with a no bell on your bike or if the bell is not functioning. You can be fined up to 20 euros if your bike light is damaged or missing. Not just your bike condition, but how you park your bike also matters. You might need to pay up to 70 euros if you violate parking rules, and that's a lot.
Okay, time for the tips which all of you were waiting for. Tip number 1, always do some research online before going to buy your bike. Tip number 2, take test rides multiple times before finalizing your purchase. Most importantly, check the frame size if it's suitable to your height or not. Number 3, check the ramen number on your bike as well as on the receipt and match them. That is really important for your bike. Number 4, if your bike is geared, try to take the test ride on all the gears. Check them thoroughly before buying it. Okay, next, know if your store provides any bike insurance or service insurance, which you can apply for if you haven't got already. Consider taking at least 3 insurance for yourself. I know it's a lot, but it's really necessary. They are namely personal liability insurance, health insurance, and bike insurance.
So that's it for today's video. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, then don't forget to like our video, share it with your families and friends, and subscribe to our channel. Oh, by the way, if you are buying a bike this summer, then comment down your queries. We'll try our best to answer them. Until next time, bye. Bye.
बाइक है तो
है
थोड़ा पीछे. Other options include Facebook groups, eBay Kleinanzeigen, Facebook groups, eBay Kleinanzeigen. Shit.